So sit up really tall. Let's just start seated and put away all your devices and everything. And then exhale everything out. Ground down through everything that's touching earth so that you're rooted. And then inhale, lift up your heart, lift up your head. Exhale, empty everything out. So today I really want you to focus on your breath. In yoga practice, we do what's called ujjayi breath. It means the breath of victory, victorious breath. You know, right when there's a times of crisis, every breath is a victory. Every breath. There's a very slight constriction of your throat where you make a sound. Exhaling through the nose. Draw your low belly in. Inhale and widen your ribs wide. Widen your collarbones, widen across the front of your heart. And then exhale that same sound through the nose. Every breath, it's like, yes, I'm still here. Breath in. Soften your shoulders and rinse out. One more of those. Big breath in, fill up. And then rinse everything out. Come into child's pose. Keep breathing as you go. Toes together, knees out wide. If you need a yoga model to look up at, my wife is here. And you can kind of sway and wiggle your hips from side to side. And now walk your hands all the way over to the left. And if you really, and then expand breath into your right ribs. Feel your right ribs ballooning further right. Exhale and press down into your toenails, your hands, your shin. If you want a little more, you can place your right hand on top of your left hand and go even deeper into that stretch. And then walk your hands around. Breathe while you go, learning to breathe through your transitions. This is good practice for transitions in life. Take a big, luxurious breath into your left ribs, left lungs. Exhale and rinse out. Do that again. Inhale and fill up with your breath. Life-giving, victorious breath. Exhale and rinse it all out. If you want to put your left hand on top of your right, that would make an even bigger side body stretch. And then come back to center, breathing as you go. Take a huge breath in and fill up. Exhale, rinse it all out. Come into downward facing dog. Curl your toes under, lift your hips up and back. Make your hands about shoulder width apart. Make your feet about hip width apart and make the sides of your feet parallel to the sides of your mat. So widen your heels maybe just a little. Yeah, just the heels. So Suzette, maybe bring your feet a little closer together, but just widen the heels. Yeah, there you go. So the toes stay where they are. And you can bend your knees right and left, right and left. You're not stuck in this pose. This is you getting to explore your body. Hey body, what are you up for today? Maybe not the same as it was yesterday. You're constantly renewing, you're constantly evolving, constantly changing. So feel for what your body is up for today. Inhale and raise your right leg up behind you, unless you're going to kick over a lamp or something. And then bend your knee and stack your hips one on top of the other. Draw your left hip point back. Yes. Let your head hang heavy. Opening up your right hip. Inhale, stretch your right leg up straight and high. Exhale, lower it down, soft as a feather. And then do the other side. Inhale, float your left leg up. Bend your knee and stack your hips. Take a big breath up into your left hip, left thigh. Exhale, let your head hang down. Spread your toes. Inhale and lift your leg high. Exhale and lower it down. Inhale, look to the front of your hands. Exhale, walk softly many, many steps all the way up to the front of your mat. When your feet get toward your hands, inhale and come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Ragdoll, separate your feet at least hip width apart and maybe even wider. Bend your knees a lot so that your ribs can rest on your thighs. You may need to bend your knees a whole lot. Inhale and lift your toes, lift your low belly. Spread your sitting bones wide. Exhale, forward fold more. You can sway from side to side. You can take opposite elbows. You could interlace your fingers at the base of your skull, tractioning out your neck. Drawing your chin into your throat. Exhale everything out. Release your arms. Inhale and come all the way up with this breath. Roll up toward the ceiling. Send your tailbone toward your heels. Reach up for your heart. Active hands, Albina. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Soft bow of your head. One Om together. Exhale everything out. Take a big inhale for Om. Breath in. Empty out, pull your low belly in. And let's party. Sun salutation A. Inhale, stretch your arms up to the sky, like you're going to put your fingers through the ceiling. Belly in, exhale, forward fold. You can bend your knees a lot. Inhale, come up halfway. Hands are on your shins, the earth, or your thighs. Exhale, step back to the top of a plank, high plank. And then everyone, place your knees down, modified chaturanga. Bring your heart forward and then slowly lower all the way to the ground, pulling your shoulders to the sky as you go all the way down. Low cobra, slide your hands in front of your shoulders about 12 inches, elbows up. Inhale and use your hands to pull your heart forward and just a little bit up. Reach your tailbone toward your heels. Exhale, down dog. Place your hands under your shoulders, pull your belly in, and then press back into down dog. So down dog is an upside down letter V. Make your legs really active. So with your feet, and when I mean active, they don't have to be moving, but they're engaged. With your feet, imagine you're tearing the mat in half right down the middle. Inhale and lengthen your tailbone up to the sky. Exhale, let your neck relax. And then put teeny tiny bends in your elbows to the right and left, maybe just a 1/4 inch, and then a 1/4 inch down to the ground. Bend your elbows toward the ground and squeeze your inner elbows in like you're squeezing a beach ball. Feel how that lights up the muscles in your arms and your chest. Inhale, look in front of your hands. Exhale, walk your feet to your hands. When you get all the way forward, inhale and come up halfway, flatten out your back. Exhale, forward fold, relax your neck right away. Rise all the way up, reach up, stretch up. And then right into the second one, sun salutation A, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, long, flat spine. Exhale, step back, top of a push-up, and then lower down, low push-up. Knees can be up or down. Cobra, maybe low cobra, maybe up dog. Press your pinky toenails down. Down dog. Ujjayi breath, long, slow, victorious breath. Spread the bones of your hands wide and spread your thumb away from your palm and plant down into your thumb and index finger just a little more. Yeah, you can still pedal here, you're not stuck. Inhale, grow long from your fingertips to your hips. Exhale, send your heels toward the mat. Inhale, look to the front of your mat, bend your knees. Exhale, walk or lightly hop to your hands. When you get forward, inhale, halfway lift. Lift your toes and lengthen out the back of your neck. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise and shine. Go up, yogis. Low belly back. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Breathe in. High to low plank. Breathe out. So it's all in one breath. Knees can be down in low plank. Up dog or cobra. Inner thighs lift to the sky in up dog and in cobra. Down dog. Find one spot that's not moving at the back of your mat and just see that spot. Use that focus to come back to your breath. This life-giving breath that's pulsing through you right now. Inhale, look to the front of your mat. Bend your knees low, belly back. Exhale, walk, step, or float your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Inner thighs roll back as your heart goes forward. Exhale, bow. Rise and shine. Reach up. Press into your inner feet. Lift your heart. Exhale, land your hands at your heart. Sun Salutation B. Bend your knees and sit in chair pose. Lean more weight into your heels. Inhale, sit between 2 and 48 inches lower. Good choice. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, flat spine. High to low plank, chaturanga. Elbows go straight back in chaturanga. Cobra, low cobra, maybe up dog. Pull your heart through. Down dog. Warrior one, right side. Plant your right foot between your hands. Spin your back heel down. Inhale and rise up with your breath. Let's stay here. Exhale, sit a little lower into that front leg. Inhale, lift from behind your heart and draw your right ribs back. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back, lower down. Chaturanga. Cobra, low cobra, maybe up dog. Down dog. Left foot between your hands, warrior one. Inhale, rise high. You're going to stay for the exhale. Exhale, sit a little deeper into your front leg, plug into your front heel. Inhale, lift your right ribs forward and up. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back and low push-up, high to low plank, chaturanga. Up dog or cobra, lift and spread your collarbones, good on a lead. Exhale, down dog. And then right back to your breath, Ujjayi. If this down dog is not quite exciting enough for you, if you wanted, you can do down dog with your elbows hovering about 2 inches off the ground. That means the elbows are bent and they squeeze in, and that's turbo dog. That suddenly could get very exciting. Inhale, look to the front of your mat, bend your knees low, and spring forward or walk forward. Nice, Ashley. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. That was light as a feather. Inhale, chair. Bend your knees, lift your heart, lift your hands, and then right into the next one. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, long spine. Chaturanga, high to low. If you jump back, land with your elbows bent already. Up dog or cobra. Wide collarbones, little bends in your elbows, Jennifer. Down dog. Warrior one, right side. Plant your right foot, plant your back foot. Inhale, rise up, one breath. Chaturanga, high to low, push up. Hands down, lower down. Up dog or cobra. Down dog. Left side, warrior one. Plant your left foot firmly between your hands. Inhale and rise up. Chaturanga, high to low, push up. You go, and you flow. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe deep and slow. Make music with your breath. It's like if you don't have music playing, you have this internal music of your breath. Inhale, look to the front of your mat, bend your knees. Walk, step, or float. Halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair, bend your knees, lift your heart, lift your arms. Exhale, forward fold. Long spine, breathe in. Chaturanga, go back. Up dog or cobra. Down dog. Warrior one, right side. Plant your right foot. Root to rise, lift up. Chaturanga, high to low, you flow. Up dog, pull your heart through and up. Down dog. Left side, warrior one. Plant your left foot between your hands. Inhale and float your arms up. Chaturanga, high to low, push up. Anna, you're kind of doing a warrior two almost. Yep. Up dog or cobra. Down dog. I don't know what's going on at the Spain household, but y'all are now in down dog. That's the thing, Suzette. If you follow Anna, she's probably doing it wrong anyway. So you just got to listen to me. That's the thing. We start watching other people, and then we don't even, and then they're doing it wrong, and then it just kind of radiates out into everybody. That's why you got to trust yourself. Inhale, look to the front of your mat, bend your knees, hop, step, or float. The only way really to do this wrong, though, is if you hurt yourself. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, bow forward, forward fold. Long, flat spine, breathe in. Chaturanga, you go, high to low. Upward facing dog. Draw your ankles to the midline. Downward facing dog. Inhale, float your right leg up to the sky behind you, and then bend your knee and stack your hips. This is a great place for you to stay and open your hips. Or if you're feeling more open today and you're not going to clobber somebody or a table, you can flip your dog. Your foot goes all the way over to the other side. You reset your feet, pointing your toes away from your face, and then open your heart. You're kind of doing wild thing. Can you do like full on? No, it's not going to hurt. It's going to hurt you. All right, and then plant both feet firmly. Reach your knees toward your toes, shoulders away from your ears. There you go.
Not my favorite pose.
Okay, high plank. Come back over, and then vinyasa or no. Up dog, maybe. Down dog. Inhale, float your right leg to the sky. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose and step your foot between your hands. Rise up into crescent warrior. Inhale, come on up. Your back heel is up in crescent warrior. Hands to your heart. Take a twist. Twisting crescent. Left elbow, right knee. You can always place your back knee down. That's a wonderful way to modify this. Or if your back leg is up, then really lift your back heel. Yeah. Exhale, press all the breath out. Inhale, grow long from your back heel all the way up through your heart. Exhale, rotate your heart open by pressing into both arms. Hug your inner thighs in, your low belly in for stability. Inhale, come on up into crescent. That's facing forward. And then exhale, open up warrior two. Now it's warrior two time. Turn sideways toward the left side of your mat. Step your left foot back. Open out your arms. Extended side angle. Right forearm to your thigh. Left arm straight up to the sky. Exhale and press down into both feet. Inhale, lift and spread across your collarbones. Exhale, pull low belly in and reach your sitting bones and your tailbone to your back heel. Plug in. And if you want to go a little deeper, you can have your right hand on the mat. You could take a half bind behind your back. If you're fully open today, you could take a full bind. Yeah. We haven't worked on our shoulders too much yet, so you might not feel that open in your shoulders. But if you do, go for it. Okay, release all that joy. Chaturanga, high to low. And you flow. Up dog or cobra. Down dog. Good news, you have another side. Inhale, float your left leg up to the sky and bend your knees, stack your hips one on top of the other. Uh-oh, Ashley got ahead of us. Keep reaching your standing heel to the earth as you lift up. And then if you want, flip your dog. You just go all the way over and you flip. And when you flip, you can reset everything so that you're kind of like in wheel with your feet pressing into the earth, lifting your heart. Draw your shoulder blades away from your ears. Oh, that looks good, Alyssa. Yes. If you want, Alyssa, take your right foot and reset it all the way like to wheel. Yeah, that might give you more support. Yeah, there it went. Okay, come back over high plank and then chaturanga or no, high to low, you flow. Upward facing dog, lift your heart. Downward facing dog. Inhale, float your left leg to the ceiling. Exhale, step your foot between your hands, crescent warrior. Inhale, rise up. Back heel is lifted. Low belly in, hands to your heart, take a twist. Right elbow to your left thigh. Right away, deep breath in. Lift up your right hip and send your left sitting bone down into your back heel. Try that out. And if you want to open your arms, you could. If you want your back knee down, that's a great way to be. So, Suzette, you are twisting the other way in this pose. So it's right elbow to your, or yeah, twist across your body. Yes, like that. Yes. Yep. Bend your front knee. Yep. Mm-hmm. You got it. That's the twist. You got it. Inhale back to crescent. Come on up to center. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Extended side angle. Left forearm to your thigh, or if you're feeling more open, left hand to the block or left hand to the earth. Press down into your bottom arm if it's on the thigh to lift your ribs up. Exhale, plug into your back foot. Reach your tailbone toward your back heel. If you want to go a little deeper, you can take a bind. You can have your hand on the earth or a block, bottom hand. Inhale, lift up your collarbones and spread them. Exhale, draw belly in and send your shoulder blades down your back. Claire, press down into your bottom arm and lift up your collarbones. There you go. Hands to the mat, chaturanga. Let it go, and you flow. High to low. Up dog or cobra. With enthusiasm, downward facing dog. Everyone, big breath in. Open your mouth, make a sound. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Walk, step, or float to the front of your mat. Halfway up, flat spine. Bow forward, exhale. Chair pose. It's also called Utkatasana. Utkatasana actually means not chair, but intense. So to make it intense, sit lower and more weight in your heels. So chair twist. Inhale, hands to your heart. Take a twist, left elbow, right knee. Press into both inner feet. Cinch up your inner thighs. Inhale, lift your heart by pressing down into both arms. Exhale, twist. If you feel more open, you can have your bottom arm reaching down, your top arm reaching up. Check and see if your left knee went crazy forward, and if it did, bring your left knee and left hip in line with your right knee and right hip and dip down deeper into your hips. Good. Jen, left knee slightly back. Yeah, that was good. Inhale, chair. Draw belly in, twist the other way. What I love about twist is it's wringing out old, stale stuff, toxins in your internal organs, constricting the blood flow and rinsing it out like a sponge into kidneys, liver, all that. But it's also bringing in the new, what you want to have in your body, good stuff. Sit a little lower, lift your heart a little higher. Inhale back to center, that's chair. Exhale, forward fold. Fingers to big toe pose. Separate your feet hip width apart and pick up your big toes with your first two fingers. So you might want to go a little wider than hip width, especially if you feel wobbly. So the first two peace fingers, wrap up your big toes like pig in a blanket. You just wrap it up. And then inhale, lengthen your heart forward like halfway lift. Exhale, bow. Let your head go heavy. Bend your elbows out to the sides and use your biceps to pull your head, crown of your head, toward your toes. And at the same time, let your toes drill down into the earth. Wide collarbones. Everyone take a big breath in. Lift your tailbone high. Belly in. Exhale, fold, and let your shoulders slide away from your ears. Okay, Malasana. Walk your feet out wide and then squat between your feet. And you can have a block under your butt if you want. You can be on your toes. Lift your heart. There you go, Amina. Squeeze your legs into your arms to lift your heart even more. You can stay right here. This is a great place to stay. Or if you're feeling a little more sprightly today, crow pose, Bakasana. Toes come together. Then bring your upper arms to your inner upper shins. Lift your butt to the sky, lift your heels to the sky, and maybe lift your toes to the sky. Stay here for a few breaths. Round your spine. Take a breath in. And everyone, chaturanga, high to low push up. Nice, Albina. Up dog or cobra. Spread your thumbs wide. Down dog. Breath in. And let a breath out. Inhale, look forward to the front of your mat. Bend your knees. Exhale, float like a feather or walk. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Bow forward. Breathe out. Utkatasana. Chair pose. Now straighten your legs, hands to heart. Tadasana. Take a breath here. Eagle pose. Garudasana. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhale, wrap your right arm under your left arm, braiding at the elbows and wrists. Bring your right leg over your left leg, wrapping at the thighs, maybe wrapping at the ankle behind the calf. Sit low. So you're sitting down into your eagle's nest. Lift the top of your heart up. Alyssa, come more upright. So instead of torso being leaning forward, put more weight in your heel. There is a little secret. Imagine that your standing heel is sliding forward energetically, and that will put more weight in your heel. Draw your right side low belly back and lift your heart. Release. Inhale, unwind your arms and legs, reach up, spreading your eagle wings, and then do the other side. Left arm under, left leg over. Braid everything up. And then once you've got everything braided up, sit low. Breathe deep and slow. Feel the breath move across your shoulders, your tailbone, your sacrum. Exhale. As you lower your elbows down, lift your heart up. Release. Inhale, unwind arms and legs, go high, reach up, maybe even look up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. It's time to dance. Dancer's pose. Shift your weight into your left leg and pick up your right foot from the inside. Inhale, float your left arm up to the sky. Exhale, press your foot into your hand, and that is what drives the pose. Yeah, and if you're like feeling wobbly, you can always use the wall or something. Yes. Annalise, start to wrap your outer right hip down toward the earth as you scoop your heart up. Yes. Really good. Spread your toes wide. Yes. If you fall, it's okay. Otherwise, stay with it. Alyssa, outer right hip toward the earth. Yes. Now inhale, everyone, rise up. Exhale, release. Other side. Pick up your left foot from the inside and inhale, stretch up your right arm. Exhale, press back. Press your back ankle into your backhand to find center line. Root down through the four corners of your foot to find earth. From earth and from center, inhale and float the front of your heart up. Helping the outer left hip rolls down. Yes, beautiful. Soft ujjayi. And release. Slowly come out. And let that go. Tree pose. Vrikshasana. Shift your weight into your left leg and pick up your right foot on the inside. You can go against your ankle with the toes still on the ground, or it can go against your calf, or it can go against your thigh. Exhale and press down through the four corners of your foot. Hug your legs together and palms together to find center. From centeredness, you can radiate out by lifting your heart, maybe even reaching your arms up if you want. Lift from behind your heart. Maybe even start to look up and look back. Keep reaching your tailbone to the earth. Release. Woo, plant that foot and switch sides. So we can learn so much from the trees, right? Deep roots. Feel for the four corners of your feet plugging down like they could go through the mat and grow deep roots into the earth. And then feel for the strengthening up of your core, the trunk, solid. Pull your belly in and cinch everything up toward the midline. And then branch out, radiate arms, radiate heart. But from a place of groundedness, now you can express, right? I am centered, I am grounded, and I can radiate out from here. And release, hands to your heart. If you moved off the front of your mat, kind of saunter on up, mosey on up to the front of your mat. Soft bow of your head. More to come. Exhale everything out. Inhale, reach up. This is kind of a modified sun salutation. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, flat spine. Chaturanga Dandasana, you go, high to low. Cobra, low cobra, maybe up dog. Bend your elbows in up dog, draw your shoulders down your back. Down dog. Step your right foot right into crescent. Inhale and rise up. Open up warrior two. Triangle pose, straighten your front leg. Inhale, reach your fingertips long, tilt, and place your right hand on your shin, the block, or the earth. Where you put your hand is not so important. It's mostly to stabilize you. Everyone, including and especially Kathleen, put a little bend in your front knee. It's a tiny one. And then exhale, press down into both feet. Hug your heels in energetically toward one another. Inhale and grow long through your spine. Exhale, ease both shoulders away from your ears, especially that bottom shoulder. And now open your heart. Breathe across the line from your bottom arm, across your heart, up into your top arm, opening your heart. Separate leg forward bend. Bring your left hand to the ground. Turn your toes over to the left side of your mat. Separate your feet hip width apart. Toes are facing at 12 o'clock. They're parallel. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bow forward. So Lisa's husband, it's like a wide-legged forward fold. You're kind of facing your front leg, but turned sideways. Yeah, so your toes are all facing in one direction. You got it. Now you got it. You can bend your knees a lot. Inhale, draw belly and lift your toes. Lift your belly. Spread your sitting bones. Exhale, use your arms to pull. You can hold on to your feet or you can just have your hands flat. That's fine. Pyramid pose. Walk your hands around to your front foot and step your back foot in about a foot. So right foot is forward and back foot steps in, left foot about a foot and a little bit to the left so you got more stability. Draw your right hip, right side body back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bow forward, forehead to your shin. Twisting triangle. Left hand on the earth or on a block. Right hand can be at your right hip crease or your low back, or if you're feeling open today, right hand to the sky. Exhale and press down into both feet. Feel your thigh bones moving away from one another. Pull your low belly up to your spine. Inhale and lengthen along the left side body in particular. That was good, Albina. Exhale, turn your heart open. And you could relax your neck, left ear to left shoulder. Open up a little more. Hands to the mat, chaturanga, let it go. And flow. Up dog to cobra, or cobra, sorry. Exhale, down dog. You go. Fantastic news, you have another side. Step your left foot between your hands. Crescent warrior, come on up. Open up warrior two. There you got it. Triangle, straighten your front leg. Inhale, reach your left fingertips long, tick-tock your hips and tailbone back to your back heel, and then tilt. Put a little bend in your front knee, Albina, just a little softness. There you go. And then hug the front thigh muscle onto the bone, lifting your kneecap. Inhale, lengthen both sides of your ribcage from hips to armpits. Exhale, tuck your tailbone toward your back heel. You can relax your left ear toward your left shoulder if that feels good. Yeah, that's it, Claire. And then open up your heart. Separate leg forward bend. Now turn your toes to the right side of your mat. If you want to take a different arm position, interlace your fingers behind your back. Press your palms. And then let your arms fall gently overhead. If that doesn't feel good on your arms or shoulders, you don't have to do it that way. So maybe if that's not feeling good on after surgery or whatever, you don't have to do it for sure. You can just take a different arm position. But if you can easily interlace your fingers, maybe start to press palms flat, even the base of your palm, and open up your chest. Make your legs strong, kneecaps lift. Let your upper body be soft and fluid. Bring your hands back to your hips and release your arms to the ground. Pyramid. Walk your hands around to your front foot. Step your back foot in about a foot and a little bit to the right, because separate leg forward bend is about a 4-foot stance. The pyramid's about a 3-foot stance, not as wide, not as long. Inhale, lengthen your spine. You can use your hands to pull your heart like a little baby back bend away from your hips. And then exhale, you can press into your fingertips and your front big toe to draw your left hip back. And let your neck relax. Twisting triangle. Parvrita Trikonasana. Bring your right hand to the earth or a block. Left thumb can be at your left hip crease or left hand at your low back. Draw your left hip back and lift your right hip toward the sky, being a little bit. Yes. Inhale. Draw your heart long and make the front of your body a little bit concave. So you're expanding into your back body. Exhale, turn your heart open. There you go. Relax your neck. Yes. Looks beautiful. Open your heart. One giant breath across the top of your heart. Open your hand, maybe even lean your head back. Yes, and then let it go. Chaturanga. Vinyasa, high to low. You can skip it. Up dog or cobra. I don't know why you want to though. So joyous. Down dog. Big, beautiful breath in. Open your mouth, let all the tension out. So that was the warm up. And now we'll start the practice. Okay, inhale to high plank. And then very slowly lower all the way down to the floor. Left ear on the mat, relax your arms by your sides. This is a little bit of rest asana, relax asana. I mean, it's a joke, right, about that was the warm up, but everything is the warm up. All of life is the warm up for right now, this moment in your life. You've been preparing yourself for whatever's to come. Locust pose. Place your chin on the mat. And if you want to do this little leg adjustment, you could. You can pick up your right leg about 2 inches off the ground, right thigh, and then spin your inner thigh to the sky, outer pinky toe edge to the earth, and stretch back as you lower it down. And then do the same thing. On the left side, pick up your left thigh a couple inches off the ground, reach back, turn your inner thigh up and your pinky toe edge down, and then lower that down. That might make some space in your low back. Palms facing down, reach back through your big toes, tuck your tailbone. Inhale, lift your upper body up. Maybe your arms start to come up. And if your low back feels okay, your legs start to float up. Make the back of your neck long so you're looking down at the mat. Turn your thumbs like Fonzie thumbs up toward the sky to open your heart even more. Draw your shoulder blades together to lift and open your heart even more. Lift higher. Exhale, come on down, relax. Opposite ear to the mat. Locust pose, second variation. Interlace your fingers at your low back if that feels okay. If it doesn't, you can do the first variation again. Reach back strongly through your inner legs like train tracks forever. Inhale and lift your heart forward and up, and then maybe your legs come up. Take a big breath across the top of your heart. Exhale and reach your knuckles back toward your toes. Reach your toes back to the back of the mat. Spread your toes. Soak a breath into the top of your heart. Lift a little higher. Exhale, lower down, opposite ear to the mat. I think it's your left ear now. And relax. Bow pose. Bend your knees and catch your feet. If that's too intense for you, you can do one of the first ones again. You can do just another variation of locust, which is fantabulous. Okay, press your feet into your hands and rise. Let the strength of your legs pressing into your hands open your heart and lift you up. Roll your inner thighs to the ceiling and press up more. Make the back of your neck nice and long. Breathe into this space that you're making right where your ribs come together at the front of your heart. Lift up. And lower down. Come all the way down. Relax. Right here on the mat. Soften. If you want, you can wiggle your hips a little bit side to side to unwind your low back. Upward facing dog. or cobra. Downward facing dog. Draw your belly in and go back. Okay, walk or hop through to seated and lie on your back, setting up for bridge. Place your feet flat on the ground, really close to your butt, so that your longest finger can reach your heels. Turn your palms up. Exhale everything out. Inhale, curl your low back up, your mid back up, and the back of your heart toward your nose. Exhale, wrap the top of your thighs slightly toward one another and press down into your inner feet. If you're feeling tweaky in your low back, maybe lower your hips about an inch and curl your pubic bone a little more toward your navel. Inhale, lift the back and front of your heart toward your nose and spread breath across the top of your chest. Everyone, lift your toes. Exhale, soften your jaw, your throat, your tongue. Send your thigh bones away from your hips. To come down, bring your upper back down, curl your pubic bone toward your navel, then your mid back, keep curling pubic bone toward your navel, then your low back. Take a breath in. Open your mouth, let it out. You can do another bridge or wheel. Hands go by your ears, maybe even up under your shoulders. And then either on an inhale or an exhale, come on up. Yes. Begin to straighten your arms. Press down into your inner feet, lift your heart. Yes. Relax your neck and wheel. We've been warming up for this. Okay. Come on down, chin to your chest. Take a breath in. Open your mouth, rinse everything out. Wheel, yay, or bridge again. On your inhale or your exhale, come on up. Draw your armpits into the sockets. Root into your inner feet. Very gently roll the very tops of your thighs a little bit toward the midline and stretch your heart away from your tailbone. And release, come down. Big breath in. Big breath out. Last one, best one. If you've been saving yourself, this would be the one. Come on up. Wheel. Or bridge. In this one, if you want, you can come onto your tippy toes and then press into your toes to bring your shoulders more over your wrists. Then keep your shoulders over your wrists and lower your heels back down to the ground, keeping your shoulders over your wrists. And then come on down. Chin to your chest, come down. Take a breath here. Open your mouth, let it out. Hug your knees into your chest, give yourself a squeeze. Feel how open you feel. 3 wheels a day keeps the doctor away, I'm told. So you just did some preventative heart opening maintenance. Happy baby, baby. Take a hold of the sides of your feet and then bring your knees toward your armpits with your knees bent, and then press your feet into your hands, spread your toes. If it feels good, you can rock side to side like a baby might. Annalee's got the best model for this at her house, a little baby. They love to play with their feet. And if you were a baby, you'd probably be fascinated with these things that you don't even know are yours, but there they are at the end of your feet. And you'd probably try to stick it in your mouth, but you don't have to. Okay, release all that joy. And now it's time for some very exciting bicycle abs. Bring your knees over your hips, Heels in line with your knees. Inhale, curl your head and shoulders up. Exhale, right elbow, left knee. Extend the opposite leg and then switch. To the spine. Keep your low back glued to the ceiling. Look to the ceiling. Yeah, and make your elbows wide. Come off of your shoulder blades as you twist. If you can touch your opposite knee, more power to you. Get your obliques and your transverse abdominis excited. Eyes high, elbows wide. Keep going. And we'll say 50, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45, low belly down, low back down, 44, come off of your shoulder blade when you twist, 42, 41, 40, 39. To make this easier, keep your knees bent more. To make it more challenging, straighten your legs more and bring them lower. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, with enthusiasm, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18. This is you getting stronger. 14, 13, 12, belly in, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Turn the corners of your mouth slightly up. 3, 2, 1, release. Oh, full body stretch. Stretch your hands over your head, stretch your toes. What a joy it is to be alive. That's like a double espresso shot right to your core. Okay, bring your knees to your chest. You have a couple of ways to come into boat pose. One is to rock and roll along your spine until you come up to a seat on your sitting bones and then make a V, or you can roll to one side and come up into boat pose, Navasana, boat. I'm waiting to see if Alvina is going to actually come up. Okay. Don't hold your feet just yet. Yeah, you got to show them the way that I'm teaching them. Pull your belly in and lift your heart, shoulders to your spine. There you go. You can bend your knees. That's okay too. You can hold the backs of your thighs. That's okay too. Lift your chest, Janet, shoulders to your back. Yes. Yeah. Okay, cross your ankles, place your hands by your hips, round your spine, and pick up your butt off the ground, and then lower it back down. Come into boat. Yes. Mm-hmm. You can hold the backs of your thighs. You can bend your knees, widen your collarbones, and then imagine two fingers were running up your spine. That would cause your heart to lift and your shoulders to go back. Yes. Okay, cross your ankles the other way, lift up, and then everyone walk through or float through a vinyasa. You can go through a vinyasa or you can just step to down dog. Up dog or cobra. Down dog. Pigeon right side. Bring your right knee to your right upper arm and then bring your right shin in front of your left hip. And you can start to walk your left leg back. And if you want it to be more exciting, walk your left leg back and then in toward the midline over to your right. You can wrap your outer left hip down. And then everyone, use your hands to pull your torso away from your hips so you get long in your spine. Exhale, bow forward. Pigeon pose. In this pose, I invite you to let your belly go soft. Inhale, let your belly balloon down to the ground as you soak breath into your hips. Exhale, feel for relaxing in your hips, your ribs, your jaw, your tongue. Take a big breath into the backs of your eyes. Exhale, relax from the backs of your eyes down the optic nerve to the back of your brain. Feel for softening. There's really nothing to do here. If it feels good, you can wiggle your hips from side to side a little. Feel for pleasure, even if it's a little bit intense. Feel for using that intensity to soften. Something can be intense and pleasurable at the same time. Downward facing dog. Walk your hands back. You can raise your right leg up to the sky if that feels good. Bend your knees, stack your hips. You could do some hip circles. You decide. Sometimes for me, after pigeon, I like to make a sound like ah. And when I do that, I just let it out because then it's gone. Better out than in, I say. Lower that leg and then pigeon left side. Bring your left knee to your left upper arm. And set up for pigeon. Left knee goes to the outside of your left hip, and your left shin goes a little bit in front of your right hip. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. A really great modification for this pose, for those of you who this is tweaky on your knee or some other part of you, is to lay on your back and then make your leg into a figure four and do eye of the needle pose. That's a good modification for pigeon. It's safe for most people's knees. So you would cross your ankle over your thigh, that would make a triangle, and then reach your arm of the same crossed over leg through the triangle and connect. Yeah, you got it. That's a great way to do it. And after a few breaths, Lisa's husband, you'll just switch sides. Soak a breath down into your hips, your low back, and let your belly expand. Exhale, feel for all the little muscles and bones in your sacrum, your hips, letting go. Soak breath into your hips and feel your hips inflate with your breath. Exhale, feel for letting your ribs soften down to the mat. You can sway and wiggle just a little to unstick. Downward facing dog. And you can raise your left leg up and you can make some circles. You can make some sounds. You can do a ha. Inhale, look in front of you. Lower that leg to the ground. Walk or float through to seated with your legs out in front. Seated forward bend. Legs straight out in front of you like you're a letter L. Flex your toes back. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bow forward. You can bend your knees a lot in this pose. You can hold on to your big toes. You can hold on to the sides of your feet, or you can just rest your palms somewhere alongside your legs. Inhale, get longer through your spine like a little baby back bend in your upper back. Exhale, forward fold. Forehead to your shin. You can use your arms to pull diligently. Claire, flex your toes back, lift your heart. Very good. Janet, inhale and lengthen the front of your body from the pit of your belly through your heart. Keep that length and then draw low belly back, fold more. Ease your shoulders down your back. You can sway from side to side if that feels good. Shoulder stand. Lie down on your back. By the way, if you wanted to do some other inversion, you could. You could use the wall and go into handstand. You could do headstand, which I'm not going to teach. But I'm going to talk you through Viparita Karani. That's what Albina's doing now. She's just laying on her back with her legs up. That's a beautiful inversion. Or shoulder stand, which she's going to do next. She's going to lift her hips up and then walk her hands. You walk your hands to your upper back, elbows in, and then lift your toes up and make Barbie toes. You spread your toes really wide and your toenails are right in line with your eyeballs. And then put a little more weight toward your elbows away from your face. Ease your shoulders away from your ears. Reach up. So whatever inversion you do, make your legs really strong and active. If you're in shoulder stand, or even if you're in Viparita Karani, the waterfall, you can come over into plow. Toes go over the other side. And if your toes touch the ground, then you can release your arms off your back. Otherwise, please keep your arms on your back. You can also stay in Viparita Karani. That's a-okay. If you would like, you can bend your knees and round your spine right here from plow. And then to release from rounded spine, you can very slowly, using your core, your arms, come all the way down to the ground. Setting up for a supine twist. Hug your knees into your chest. Place your feet on the ground and then move your hips. Pick up your hips and move them 3 inches to the right. And then if you want, you can cross your right leg over your left or just have your knees side by side. Send your knees over to the left. If you would like, you can pick up your left shoulder blade off the ground and slide your left shoulder further left. Inhale and feel for opening and length in your right side. Exhale, feel for surrendering your right side down to the mat. Soften your breath. Let it be soft. To come out, if your legs are crossed, uncross them, unwind your legs, and bring one knee to the center at a time. Then place your feet on the ground. Move your hips 3 inches to the left. And then either wrap your left leg over or knee side by side. On your exhale, let your knees fall to the right. Hug your inner thighs together. Inhale and stretch your left side body and sternum away from your hips. Exhale, feel for your left ribs softening to the mat. Let your breath be soft. So you're not really in ujjayi so much anymore. It's your natural breath. Every breath of victory. Every breath a gift. Unwind your legs. And one leg at a time, come back to center. Everybody hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself one big final squeeze. Exhale and take Shavasana. That is just splayed out. Move your right heel away from your right hip, your left heel away from your left hip, left shoulder away from left ear, right shoulder away from right ear. Close your eyes and let your breath, your ujjayi breath, release. Soak a breath down into your low belly, your low back. Exhale, and from the center of you, soften everywhere. Let the ground rise up to hold you. You are supported. You are sheltered. Let yourself be held. It said if you knew who walks beside you, you would never fear. Consider that you are held. That to let go, to soften, is trusting in that when you let go, you'll be guided, you'll be carried, and you'll be held. Long, slow breath in, fill up. And feel for a breath of letting go, a trusting breath. And then wake up into that trust with your fingers and toes, wrists and ankles, knees and elbows starting to move, shoulders and hips. Awaken any way that feels good. One by one, bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a loving hug. You did great work. Acknowledge that. You can also acknowledge that, hey, I don't have to do all the work. I have support. I am guided. You can use your bottom arm as a pillow. Roll toward the screen. And very slowly make your way up to seated. Sit up really tall and radiant, like a lighthouse. Bring your hands to your heart, soft bow of your head. One Om together to close. Exhale everything out. Big inhale for Om. Breath in. Rinse out. Together we say, Namaste. Thank you for teaching us yoga. I'm going to turn